What's up, everybody? Dan the Man here, coming at you with another hot game, trash game, featuring Hindsight 2020, Wrath of Raakshasa, made by Triple I Games. This is a game about choices and dealing with the outcomes of those decisions. Keep that in mind, folks. Hindsight 2020 is about Jahan, a one-armed warrior dealing with his father's death. I don't want to get into too many story spoilers, and I want you to learn about Jahan's adventure, and that is all part of the fun, the learning about his adventure. Hindsight is an action RPG where choices extremely matter, and every choice affects the ending and how the world shapes with your choices. I will say it again, your choices will shape the narrative of the game, so keep that in hindsight, excuse the pun. Okay, let's do this. Let's start off with the graphics and presentation for this game. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was actually kind of upset at first. And the reason why I say this is because, on PC, there are certain options that are like, you absolutely have to have on there. You don't have to have like a ton of things, but like being able to change the resolution is quite big. It was almost a deal breaker, I'm not gonna lie to you, but the guys at Triple I Games, those folks over there, they were so quick on getting that fixed. Like they literally, it was like either the day of or the next day, they had released a patch and it had all kind of options that you can change for PC, including the resolution. So, I actually had to almost rewrite this, review, because the reverse review that I had was definitely on a different level than now that everything is like super fixed. I said, let me just go back through it, and now I can actually play the game and enjoy myself as much as possible. So yeah, so far the graphics and presentation on this game is absolutely great. Now that the resolutions can be changed, it looks quite good on my 2070 Ti. I can go all the way up to the highest levels of my resolution, my FPS, all of that stuff looks absolutely great. So yeah, I'm pretty happy on how it turned out as far as the graphical presentation. The stylized graphics and look of the overall game is very pleasant, and it kind of gives off a painted texture look that fits the overall tone of the game very well. When things need to be vibrant, they are. When things need to be gloomy, they are. And I really love how Jahan looks as well. He is a tough looking dude, even though he's missing an arm. Hell, even trying to battle with having an arm missing is badass in itself. So I love that. I also love the enemy variety, and I love the boss designs as well. Just once again to reiterate, the frame rate on PC is capped at 60, but that's not a holdback or anything like that. The silky smooth 60 FPS is always the way to go. So I am happy about that. Now, let's talk about the combat. Remember when I said choices matter? Well, they matter so much that it's tied into the way you fight. There is a passive way to fight and an aggressive way to fight. That means that making the choice on how you want to fight also affects the story to the highest degree. Choosing a passive style won't kill enemies, but it does disable them, and it takes them down for surrender. Being merciful will save all the lives you encounter, but I don't want to spoil anything, so just keep that in mind that if you play passive, that plays heavily into the story. There's also an aggressive style, which your enemies will be soaked in the blood of their insolence. Blood spatters fly everywhere, as you decimate the bodies of the aggressors. It's quite beautiful in seeing the destruction. But you do need to remember that everything that you kill comes with a price. Choices. So keep that in mind. There are combo attacks and magic attacks you can use to dispose your foes. Combos differ depending on which style you choose. Passive style has some attacks that hit multiple enemies, and the aggressive style, of course, slices and dices those enemies apart. The combat does feel quite good, and it is very speedy. So, Jahan is very, very responsive. So I absolutely love that. Shouts out to Triple I Games for making the combat quite good. And yeah, There are a lot of things about this game that hit the mark for me. The combat is fast and fluid. The story is sad but gripping, and the choices you make leave you guessing on what will happen next. So, I'm going to be honest. If you don't know by now, my rating for this game is hot. I highly recommend this game. The choices that you make in the story are impactful. The combat is fast and fluid. Jihan is a real tough son of a bitch. Make sure you get the game now on PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch. For more hot game, trash game, you are already in the right place. Make sure you check out our live streams on Twitch at twitch.tv/The Platform Podcast. Thanks, Triple I Games, for an awesome adventure. Dan the Man signing out. Peace.